Is this the end of the world? With all the conflicts going on right now, it's a very natural question to ask. Right now, as of September 2025, we are not officially in World War III. But it does appear that the world is becoming more and more unstable. There's the war in Ukraine, tensions in the South China Sea, conflicts in the Middle East. So could these somehow develop into a larger global war? And if so, how would we even know it's happening? To answer that first part, are we in World War III? It helps to define what World War III would actually mean. World War III would mean a large-scale global conflict involving multiple powerful nations, not just a regional war. Some people use World War III very loosely. But here are the key signs that would indicate the world has truly entered World War III. First, multiple major powers involved. This isn't just one or two countries fighting a war. It's alliances of the most powerful nations on Earth, like the United States, Russia, China, NATO, the European Union, perhaps even the UN getting involved. Even smaller countries would be forced to pick sides and join the fight. So it's not just America and China fighting in the South China Sea, it's every country aligned with the US and China thrown into the mix. And yes, that includes your country as well. 2. Global alliances activated. If NATO officially declares war or invokes Article 5, its Collective Defense Clause, then other global alliances like the Collective Security Treaty Organization, or CSTO, the BRICS Military Support Pact, would also mobilize against them. 3. Battlefronts worldwide. Fighting would not just be in one region, like only in Europe or only in Asia, for example. There would be wars at sea, in the air, perhaps even in outer space or in cyberspace. Entire supply and communication networks would be targeted and disrupted. 4th, mass mobilization. Governments would start drafting millions of people into military service. Factories would stop making consumer products and instead turn to making weapons. Daily life in many countries would become dominated by wartime economies. 5. Advanced or nuclear weapons used. A conventional war could potentially escalate to a global war. But the use of nuclear weapons on a large scale would clearly signal that we have entered World War III. Equally dangerous would be large-scale cyber attacks that cripple global infrastructure. Energy, food, transportation systems, internet, satellites, etc. 6. The UN and diplomacy breakdown. If the major powers are at war with each other, the UN Security Council would likely no longer function. Efforts to achieve peace would fail. Conflicts would spiral out of control. And finally, visible global impact. World War III would not be something only people in the military or those directly involved in conflicts would notice. Global trade would stop or be massively disrupted. Energy, food, and supply chains would collapse worldwide. People everywhere would feel the effects of the war on an everyday basis. So is this the end of the world? Not quite yet, but it could be heading in that direction. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Subscribe for more insights on global politics, economics, and culture. Thanks for watching.